easy to make your own chicken stock.
Pot is on the stove, turning the heat on to low. We cover it and let it sit. I'm giving Ariana Grande
Dates, it's about 3 hours later. The house smells insane.
I did just FaceTime with Alicia, and in the meantime, I cut up my carrots, celery, and onions for the recipe. I did 1.5 onions, and then all the celery and carrots that were in this little tin. I'd say it probably was equivalent to like 5 carrots and maybe like 5 to 6 stalks of celery. I personally like a lot of like veggies and chicken and things in my chicken noodle soup,
But obviously just prep as much as you like for yourself.
here is our chicken stock boiling. Ooh! I will say I added another cup of water because obviously a lot had evaporated. And I want to get as much stock as I possibly can. Look how beautiful and like almost like creamy and luscious this stock looks. I'm going to add 1 more cup of water and just keep letting it simmer. Lid back on. I'd say maybe 30 minutes to an hour more and we are good to go. And honestly, it could be good right now. I just want that chickeny flavor. Okay, we have some water boiling here. Now for me, I like to boil my noodles for chicken noodle soup on the side versus putting it in the chicken soup. You obviously can do that, but I feel like I like it better when the noodles are freshly added in, especially because when you store it, obviously we're making a lot of soup to last us a few days. If you leave the noodles in the soup and you put it in the big pot and then you put that in the fridge, the noodles are going to continue soaking up the broth and then you're left with like very little chicken soup. So I like to store the pasta separately from the actual soup itself and you get as much soup as possible. So we have our water boiling here. I'm just going to add in our noodles. Honestly, I'm going to make extra because I'm going to do some buttered noodles also. Maybe a little more. There we go. Give it a good mix. Cook that for 7 to 9 minutes. I'm going to do 7 because once we put the noodles in the hot soup, it'll continue to cook also. In the meantime, we've got our pan going over medium heat. We're going to add in a couple tablespoons of butter, get that going, and then we're going to start with our hardest vegetable, which is the carrot, because that's going to take the longest to cook. Mix that with our butter and let these start to soften. Now, in the meantime, our stock is ready. It looks so delicious. I'm just going to pick out all the bones and we will be left with our delicious stock that we can add seasoning to. Here's mine, a little chippy on top. All right, taste test.
Taste test.
Wow.
What the hell?
I'm not saying burn your veggies, but it adds nice flavor.
This is insane.
Very hearty. Highly recommend. Do you feel better? Good. Bye. Wife of the year.